Welcome to ComfortTV.channel news, bringing you verified and balanced news from Nigeria and around the world. I am Faith Kevin. Thank you for joining us this evening. First, the headlines. APC says President Tinubu's reforms necessary. Troops neutralize 11 Boko Haram terrorists in Borno and Adamawa. Army confirms arrest of IPOB ESN commander Gentle the Yahoo in Imo. Over 330 billion naira local government funds missing in Imo, according to group alerting the EFCC and the ICPC. NYSC 2025 Batch B Stream 2 orientation kicks off September 24 nationwide. Keyamo hosts Chinese envoy Comac executives on strategic partnership. On business news, the federal government FAO launches $3.14 billion investments to boost agriculture in Nigeria. On a foreign scene, Saudi Arabia frees 3 Nigerians wrongly jailed over drug trafficking claims. And on sports, former Arsenal player pleads not guilty to rape and sexual assault charges. In the news, the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Professor Netanwi Yilwada, has defended President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms, insisting that Nigerians across political and social divides agreed on the removal of fuel subsidy and other policy changes. Speaking on to newsmen on Wednesday, Yilwada argued that the reforms were unavoidable and have already started yielding results. According to him, the policies have significantly boosted government revenues and improved service delivery across the federation. The APC chairman maintained that Tinubu's reforms are not only strengthening the federal government, but also trickling down to state and local governments, ensuring better delivery of services nationwide. Troops of the Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hadinkai OPHK have killed 11 Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists in separate operations across Borno and Adamawa states. A credible military source disclosed that 8 terrorists were eliminated in an ambush in Kukawa local government area of Borno State, while 3 others were neutralized during an operation in Umbo village, Madagali local government area of Adamawa State. According to the source, the first encounter occurred on September 15, 2025, when troops of Sector 3 on a scanning and picketing patrol along the Baga Cross Kawa main supply route came under attack. The terrorists detonated an improvised explosive device and opened fire, but the troops repelled the assault with superior firepower, killing 8 fighters, including 2 identified commanders. Items recovered include 14 motorcycles, AK-47 rifles with magazines, rounds of 7.62mm special ammunitions, anti-aircraft links, blankets, and assorted drugs. 2 gun trucks that could not be recovered due to terrain challenges were destroyed by the air component of OPHK, which also neutralized more fighters with support from the Multinational Joint Task Force MNJTF. No casualties were recorded amongst the troops. The Nigerian Army says troops of Operation Udoka have arrested the notorious IPOB ESN commander Ifeanyi Eze Okorienta, also known as Gentle the Yahoo, in Imo State. The Nigerian Army says the troops arrested him in Imo State, according to a credible source at the Army headquarters. It said the operation was carried out on a Sunday following credible intelligence on the hideouts of the criminal kingpin. The source also said troops recovered an English pistol, 120 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, 25 rounds of 7.62 NATO ammunition, a live cartridge, 6 mobile phones, as well as police and military uniforms. He added that the troops also uncovered a criminal workshop used for dismantling stolen vehicles of kidnapped victims, where 10 motorcycles were destroyed. According to him, the operation dealt a major blow to the activities of the IPOB ESN elements involved in kidnapping, arms possession, impersonation, and sale of stolen vehicles parts in Southeast. The source further said the Nigerian Army remained committed to dismantling terrorists and criminal networks threatening peace and security in the region. A group in Imo State, the Mazi organization TMO, has alleged that more than 330 billion naira accrued to local governments in the state since 2020 is missing. At a press conference in Owerri, the group alleged that the funds, which came from federal allocations, ecological funds, and international interventions, have not been translated into any visible projects in the 27 local government areas. Kajetan Duke, spokesman of the TMO, said Governor Hope Uzodinma has instead resorted to intimidation, blackmail, and false accusation against Chima Amadi, a governance advocate who recently raised questions on accountability. He alleged that the state government created a proxy group called the Greater Imo Initiative GII to spread lies, propaganda, and conspiracy theories. The group accused the State Internal Revenue Service of issuing a backdated demand of 17 million naira in income tax arrears to Amadi, describing it as illegal and politically motivated. TMO urged the EFCC, ICPC, and other agencies to launch a forensic investigation into the use of local government allocations, ecological funds, UBEC funds, and donor interventions, adding that Governor Uzodinma must be held responsible if anything happens to Amadi. The National Youth Service Corps NYSC has on Wednesday announced that the 2025 Batch B Stream 2 orientation course will begin on Wednesday, September 24, 2025 across all orientation camps in Nigeria, with registration, swearing in, closing ceremonies carefully scheduled to guide prospective Corps members through the 3-week exercise. According to the NYSC management, registration of Corps members is set to take place between Wednesday, September 24 and Friday, September 26, 2025. The official swearing-in ceremony will be held on Friday, September 26, while the camp activities will conclude with passing out parade on Tuesday, October 14, 2025. The Director General of the NYSC, Brigadier General Olakunle Nafiu, extended his best wishes to all prospective Corps members, urging them to prioritize safety during their travels to the various orientation camps and strongly advised against embarking on night journeys, stressing the importance of precautionary measures for safe arrival. ComfortTV.channel news returns shortly with business, foreign, and sports news. Many thanks for staying tuned. This is ComfortTV.channel news. On business news, the federal government has launched an ambitious $3.14 billion agricultural investment plan in partnership with the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO Hand in Hand initiative. This initiative aims at transforming 5 key value chains such as tomato, cassava, maize, dairy, and fisheries. This was made known by the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, during his presentation at the National Hand in Hand Investment Forum in Abuja. Kyari said the Hand in Hand initiative seeks to eradicate poverty, end hunger, and achieve food sovereignty while aligning with Global Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and the African Union's Comprehensive Africa Agricultural Development Program. The minister highlighted the investment potential to lift millions out of poverty, create jobs, and enhance food security. Still on the business scene, the State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Femi Fanwo, has said food prices are witnessing a steady decline across Kogi State since the agricultural policies of Governor Ahmed Usman Udodo took effect. Fanwo, who disclosed this in a release in Lokoja on Wednesday, said that increased production combined with government measures against hoarding has stabilized the food supply chain and brought relief to households. According to him, the survey shows that the price of a 50-kilogram bag of rice, which sold for about 85,000 naira in March, now goes for 62,000 and 65,000 naira. He noted that the state government has also put in place strong mechanism to check hoarding by middlemen who attempt to create artificial scarcity. The commissioner revealed that over 1 million seedlings of cashew and palm were planted this year alone in Kogi, a development he said could inject over 100 billion naira into the state's agroeconomy within 3 years. Fanwo assured that Governor Udodo remains committed to making Kogi a leading food hub in Nigeria, stressing that agriculture will continue to drive food security, job creation, and economic growth in the state. On the foreign scene, in a show of royal pageantry and diplomatic ceremony, King Charles III officially welcomed former U.S. President Donald Trump to Windsor on Wednesday as part of a high-profile state visit. The occasion featured a carriage procession, a guard of honor, and a warm display of camaraderie between the monarch and his guest. President Trump arrived at Windsor Castle aboard Marine One and was greeted upon landing by the Prince and Princess of Wales. From there, he joined King Charles in a traditional horse-drawn coach, leading a formal procession through the castle grounds. Queen Camilla and First Lady Melania Trump followed closely behind in a second carriage. The King and President appeared relaxed and jovial during the military reception. Following the ceremonial welcome, the two leaders joined senior royals and American officials for a private lunch at Windsor Castle. Despite the protests, the day proceeded with regal formality, marking another significant chapter in the enduring and sometimes complex relationship between the United Kingdom and the United States. On sports, former Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey has pleaded not guilty to 5 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault at Southwark Crown Court. The 32-year-old is accused of raping 2 women as well as sexually assaulting a 3rd woman. The alleged offenses took place between 2021 and 2022 when he was an Arsenal player. Partey spoke only to confirm his name, date of birth, and his not guilty pleas during the 14-minute hearing on Wednesday. The Ghanaian midfielder, who now plays for Spanish club Villarreal, faces trial under a High Court judge at the same court on November 2 next year. Still on sports, Manchester United earned record financial revenue last year despite the poor on-pitch performance of their men's team. United finished 15th in the Premier League last season, their worst placing since the 1973-74 relegation campaign. However, the start of their 5-year front-of-shirt sponsorship deal with Snapdragon enabled them to post record commercial revenue, while matchday revenue was also recorded in the year to 30 June 2025. United say they remain committed to and in compliance with both the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules and UEFA's financial fair play regulation. And that's our news bulletin for today. But before we go, here is a recap of our top stories. APC says President Tinubu's reforms necessary. Troops neutralize 11 Boko Haram terrorists in Borno, Adamawa. Army confirms arrest of IPOB ESN commander Gentle Deyahu in Imo. Over 330 billion naira local government funds missing in Imo State. NYSC 2025 Batch B Stream 2 orientation kicks off September 24 nationwide. On business news, federal government FAO launches $3.14 billion investment to boost agriculture in Nigeria. On the foreign scene, King Charles welcomes Donald Trump to Windsor with grand ceremony and carriage procession. On sports, former Arsenal player pleads not guilty to rape and sexual assault charge. Thanks for watching. For breaking news, exclusive interviews and more, follow us online at ComfortTV.channel on all platforms. Remember to like and share our videos, subscribe to our channel, and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any updates. I am Faith Kevin. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed.